There are a lot of reasons why people tend to have a low self-esteem, but for the purpose of this video, I've narrowed down these many reasons into 6. The very first one is lack of approval by authority figures or parents. So if someone grew up in an environment where whatever it does is never good enough, if it scores 50 out of 60, his parents will crucify him, disapprove of him for not getting 60 over 60. So all these things cause that person to see himself or herself as not being good enough, and this will build a low self-esteem. Then the second thing is emotionally distant parents. So if a parent does not spend quality time with his child, that child will eventually grow up to become a child with a very low self-esteem because it feels is not worthy of attention by his parents, and therefore is not worthy of attention by anyone, is not worthy of love by anyone, and this will cause a very low self-esteem. The third cause is divorce between parents. So if a child grows up in a family where the father and the mother are divorced, that child will eventually grow up to become an adult with a very low self-esteem, and this is because he grew up feeling the separation was because of him, and therefore he will put down himself emotionally and feel less to other children, to other people that grew up in homes where their parents were together as they grew into adulthood. The fourth cause, bullying with no parent protection. So a child becomes very timid, and this timidity leads to low self-esteem as a result of bullying. If a child does not have enough care, enough support in periods when he's being bullied by his peers, that child will eventually grow up to become an adult with a very low self-esteem. Academic difficulties. A child who finds it difficult to perform up to the standard of his peers would eventually, if care is not taken, become someone with low self-esteem because he sees himself as different, he sees himself as abnormal for not being able to catch up academically with his peers, and therefore it will lead to a low self-esteem. Guilt associated with religion. This is a very important cause. This is a very popular cause of low self-esteem among people who are religiously inclined. So I am a Christian, and as a Christian, you are expected to be a virgin before you get married. So if a girl who is a Christian doesn't, for one reason or the other, meet up to this standard and loses her virginity before she gets married, then she's at a high risk of developing low self-esteem amongst our Christian peers. So this example, you can relate it to other religious rules and beliefs and people who fail to meet up to the standard of this religious beliefs. The sixth and final cause of low self-esteem is social beauty standard. Generations after generations, beauty standards change. So anyone who bases his self-confidence, his self-worth on beauty standard will surely relapse, will surely grow into low self-esteem. Because some years back, keeping beards wasn't for the ideal man. The ideal man, high value man, kept a very clean shave and had, clean shave and had less facial hair. But now the trend is having a full beard, a thick beard. So anybody who genetically in this generation cannot grow a beard is at a high risk of developing low self-esteem among his peers who are bearded and fitting the beauty standards. So these are the 6 causes of low self-esteem in people. Yeah, that's all on today's video. Don't forget to stay psyched.